What's up, guys? I'm Adriana Maya, and I'm back with another episode of Spliffs and Giggles, brought to you by the Red Eye District. I have Roxanne Roselle joining me today. She's been in the adult industry for over 3 years, and she's a content creator. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, to start it off, in case you guys couldn't tell, this is a bit of a different setup. We are in LA, very exciting. And you're actually the first girl that we're getting to introduce that's from over on this side of things.
Exciting.
What would you say is one of the benefits in being in LA and being a content creator?
Well, I actually don't live here. Right now I live in Phoenix. But
Phoenix is great too.
Yeah, I love Phoenix. But I'm actually on a content trip right now with a bunch of my girlfriends. And we've been here a week and we leave tomorrow. So we'll drive out here, fly out anywhere we want to work, and just get work done.
I love that. Was this like your friends already, like girls you met in the industry, and then you just decided to do that? I love that. I've heard about content parties, but not really about content trips. I think that would be so much more lucrative for people.
Yeah,
I love that.
It makes so much more sense. Like I've done both. And for me, I have certain people that I keep close to me,
yes,
and people that I actually get along with versus people that I can only work with. So yeah, I just pick my best friends and we'll go and do work together, and it's so much easier when you're together because we can motivate each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When I go on trips, I think I've only gone on one trip with like one of my actual friends who was shooting at the same time with me.
Right.
And it was so beneficial, but to coordinate that many, it never works for me.
I'm always the ringleader.
You're the one who starts it. Okay, so in looking for girls to participate in this, is it open to guys or only girls?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually some of the girls' boyfriends, but we try to keep we'll do the content houses with the male creators, but it's not as nice having them in the house, because we try to keep things organized.
Well, you guys might not realize this, but when you're shooting, when you rent out these places, when we walk into them and you kind of do a look through, looking online, you see different places you can shoot everywhere. So the more people you have in the house, it actually makes it harder to work because they're taking up like viable space that you could be working at. When you're planning these trips, what's the max of the girls that we could do?
I think the most we've ever done on one trip was I want to say 14 people, and that was
fucking way.
It was kind of pushing it. We had 2 townhouses next to each other in Nashville.
Love that.
But it's kind of an overkill because there's way too much going on.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, it's distracting.
Ooh, I get that. Okay, that would. You know what? I would be wanting to delve into so many things,
exactly.
So I would for sure burn myself out. So I get that for sure.
You have some people doing a photo shoot in the one corner. There's people trying to make a video in the other corner, and then there's just so much going on. Someone's blasting music.
When you're in those situations where there is just a bunch of people working around, have you ever walked in on something? And I guess it's second nature for us. So I don't want to say it's intrusive, but we are. We're welcome here. But have you ever walked in on something in one of those situations and you're like, holy shit, this is new.
Yeah.
Love it.
Because there's certain rooms that have the best lighting, and so those will be the designated shoot rooms. So most of the time it could be my room. I walk in, I'm thinking I'm about to take a nap, and people are getting busy on my.
Yeah, there's no nap happening.
No.
That is true. You gotta pick. And it sounds horrible when you're traveling with friends and stuff, but you do actually have to pick the least exciting place if you want
privacy. Yeah.
I love that. Do you have a checklist that you go in when you're looking to work with different males or different women?
So, yeah, for sure. Well, first I'll look at their social media presence because I want to make sure it's mutually beneficial.
Yes,
because you can't just be working with anyone who calls themselves a content creator because they're lying. You're just trying to fuck.
So many people just want to fuck. That's the thing. The quality, it matters.
Right. No, and I work with someone today who he was apologizing for moving the camera and setting up stuff, and I'm no, thank you. Actually, I appreciate the effort because it really shows in the video.
Yes.
And some dudes will just set a tripod up in the corner of the room, and it's only because they want to fuck you.
Exactly.
And you can't even sell the video because you got to double chin the whole time.
Like, my fans, they don't pay for this quality.
No.
Like, that's not what they're into.
Right.
That's, I think, something that a lot of people, like, negate when they're looking for scene partners. They don't really look at their content. They're just like, oh, you're hot. You have a lot of followers. It's like, no, there's, like, 2 more things at least you need to check.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a time, and this is one of the fan questions, where you've agreed to do content with someone, you get there and you're like, geez, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not gonna, like, you either don't vibe, they're weird, you get in a situation where you realize they're just like, tripod's over there, come here.
I mean, I try to stick it out for the most part because I really do my due diligence to like vet them before I get there. But there are instances where I get there and it's just like there's no sexual chemistry. It's just awkward. And it's like, I've tried to like do it, but at the end of the day, I'll just rewatch the video and be like, you can't sell that.
Yeah.
You cannot sell that.
You know what is big though? Where you're, and probably not fun for the scene partners, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but where you're getting fucked and you're kind of like ignoring them. Like that's, I don't know, that's like a big fetish. I'm so serious.
No, like I want to do that.
I'm
it's
like, that's
free
perfect.
Free use porn, right? That's what it's called?
I think that is what it's called.
No, like sometimes I just want to lay there like a dead fish, like.
But are you getting
not in the video, but
no, but are you getting off from that? Like watching it or like in the really?
Have you seen those videos? There'll be like 2 girls like playing cards and like
like that's what. Well, I did one, but it was with girls, 2 girls. So we did a strap-on video, and we were playing video games.
Yeah.
And she was fucking us, and then by the end, obviously, we're into it. But I was like, it's confusing to me.
Yeah, people are into some weird stuff. Let me tell you.
Okay, you're open to kinks though.
Depends on what it is.
What's the like if eating poop is a 10? What's a 1?
What's a 1?
Yeah, what's a 1?
Just like normal vanilla sex, I guess.
What, like grabbing her ass while you fuck? No.
Yeah.
Like, spitting in her mouth. That's pretty big.
That's like a 5.
Like a 5? It's like a 2. I've been a whore for a bit, so you know what? My gauge might just be off. That's fair. That's fair. Would you say that you were as into your sexuality like before you got into the adult industry?
You know, I would like not really, and it's crazy. Like I feel like in college I was like maybe a little promiscuous, but I was like stupid with it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Just like
we all feel it, ladies. Let's all have a drink to that. That's
but no, I feel like I'm definitely like more comfortable with myself and my sexuality, and I know what I want. Like before, when someone would ask me like, "What are you into? What are you not into?" I would be like, I can't really answer that."
Oh,
like I'm not very experienced. Like, but now I'm very comfortable, and I know what I want, and I know what my fans want, and it's good because I'm learning like the middle ground of what we both like. So
have you noticed a difference in like what you like doing on camera when you know you're in the passions of it, as opposed to what you like doing in your personal life?
Yeah, and I like mix them in together. I feel like on camera, I definitely like the more rough stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I did a scene recently where he's like pulling me around by my hair and stuff, and like I would like that in my personal life, but I feel like if it's someone like I'm having, you know, personal sex with, I would want a little more like sensual, like.
Yeah. I also think like guys in our industry, they know about like aftercare and stuff like that.
Yeah, very big.
Tending to the people that you're abusing, quote unquote, during sex, doming, whatever you want to call it. Like aftercare is a huge thing. So if that's something you're into, your girl's into, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, look up aftercare, doming, you're welcome. But that's huge.
Very important.
So I totally agree, because in a lot of my scenes, that's how I discovered it. I was like, well, I like really rough sex. But also, if like just a random guy that I was fucking were to slap me, I'd be like,
Like, it definitely has to be like a mutual like thing. I have to be feeling them.
Ooh, have you ever had to stop at a point in content because you see someone getting a little too carried away with something that you're like, I'm not really into that right now?
I mean, there's been times where it's like it genuinely is hurting, like it's just like a repetitive motion, and you're like, okay, you know, this looks good for the camera, but
it does not feel good. I'll tell you.
Right?
That.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But it's hard because sometimes you're like, this shot is so good, like, But yeah, it's important to like know your boundaries.
Do you watch yourself on the camera, or are you one of those people who you can't watch yourself while you're shooting it?
While I'm shooting?
Yeah.
I prefer because I want to know what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So you like
I'll be like looking at the camera and I'm like.
You like masturbating to yourself?
Maybe.
Knew it.
Is that not normal, or am I?
Actually, when I mean, I guess for us, we record ourselves doing it,
right.
So maybe it's more normal for us. It is, but when I said that to like a couple of other girls, they're like, "Oh no, I watch like completely different, content than what I shoot." Or they look at people who look like very different from them.
Right.
So I'm like, when someone's like, "Oh no, I masturbate to myself," I'm like, love it.
Yeah. I definitely have my like certain videos that because it's like it gives me a flashback of like actually filming it and the like great experience that I had.
Do tell. Certain videos. These are videos that are available on your site.
Yes, they are.
And would you like to plug your link really quick for that?
Should I plug him? His name is.
You know what? That's why I recognized your face. I was literally just stalking his Twitter. I swear to God, yesterday, and when I was on the flight today,
dead.
I was stalking his Twitter, and he has all these. It's like face fucking, but it's beautiful. There's angel wings and clouds,
that was me.
and I literally just saw you get. It was beautiful. That was beautiful. If you guys haven't seen that, check that.
I literally cried during that scene, but like happy tears, like.
Oh man.
No, shout out.
Love that. Okay, the crying thing. A lot of people don't get that. You get like caught in bliss, you cry. I've done it.
Yeah.
I was drunk, but I did it.
No, like that's happened to me a few times, and I don't know how to explain it. And he thought something was wrong, but I was like, no, like these are like, it's kind of just like a release of like, I don't know. It was just a very good experience. I had a great time.
We're very emotional creatures.
Yeah.
We got it out. We got to get it all out everywhere.
Right.
Would you say that you have a favorite male talent to work with in the industry?
As of now, no.
Really?
I have yet to do like a second scene with someone. I've been trying to shoot with people that I've had good experiences with, but I can't really say I have a favorite right now.
Got you. I feel that.
But it's coming.
You guys better fucking fight for your spot.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna come back for an answer.
Slide in the DMs.
Someone's gonna get their feelings hurt. Do you have favorite girls though? Because I know you did say that you usually work with your girlfriends and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But is there a favorite in there? Do you have a favorite outside?
Like outside my friend group, you're saying?
Yeah. Like if just someone maybe you collaborate with or have collaborated with at least.
I don't know. I think it's really just my best friends, like my girlfriends, and that's why I keep them around. And like I think our fans like know that we just fuck with each other so much.
Yeah.
So when we like actually are like fucking on camera, it's like I don't know, because they see our stupid Instagram stories.
No, they love that.
And then we're actually fucking each other on camera.
A lot of girlfriends, unfortunately, in the industry, they don't last like the friendships. They don't last that long. So when they can see like a real connection and stuff, I think it's also like they're kind of like rooting for you.
Yeah.
Like, and the sex is like the little cherry on top. They're like, and you guys fuck. I love that. Has there been a surprise in the requests that you guys get because you are friends? Maybe some of the things get a little awkward at times?
Like you're saying custom video requests, like both of us?
Oh yeah, or even fans sometimes on your pages, they're just like, oh, you guys, could you do this or do this or think about it?
Yeah. Well, we get requests for like FaceTimes like together a lot.
Ooh.
Or like dick rates together.
Yeah, the double dick rate. They do love a dick rate. Guys, get your dick rates. Put your orders in. The girls are together.
I'm taking them.
Like, do it while you can, honestly.
Right.
In all of the different aspects that you've gotten to delve in customs, just chatting with your fans, really expressing yourself and like making your content, what has been your favorite thing that you've like picked up on in the industry?
I don't know. I think it's just like overall like the freedom that I have doing this. And like you said, like I can be myself. It's funny because like when I was in college, I went to business school, and like they would have us dress up in like these, like little blazers and these business suits, and I'm like, I cannot imagine dressing like this every single day,
Right?
So it's just so refreshing to be able to dress the way I want, act the way I want, because this is like really me, like. I want to wear a crop top every day. Like, that's just me.
So in that being such a free personality and really fluid, I would say, has it been hard navigating having friendships with people outside of the industry?
Oh, yeah. You know, me and my friends actually talk about this a lot. It's like hard to relate to people, especially women who aren't in the sex industry.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's so much, like, our entire lives at this point.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's all we talk about.
Literally.
And, you know, I have my civilian friends, you know, we call them civilians, people who don't do sex work.
We do. Sorry, guys, we do.
But I have them, like, all my college friends and my friends back home, and it's just, like, we can hang out and, like, talk about the old times, but it's just, like, I feel like I've kind of progressed past.
Yeah, I totally
You know what I mean? And not in, like, not in a bad way. I don't mean that in, like,
you're just at different points in your lives.
Exactly,
like,
and I'm traveling a lot, and, like, you know, but, so, yeah, it's definitely hard to, like, relate to people, so I tend to find myself, like, trying to make friends with people in the industry. Like, I'll reach out to girls on Twitter and be like, hey, you're really pretty. Like, not even trying to, like, collab or anything. I just want to be your friend.
Literally.
And that's how I found all of my best friends.
Oh my God, that is so cool. From guys, stop being afraid to reach out. I really say, I'm like, with girls in the industry, people either don't stay friends long, you know, and it's also girls travel a lot, really. Like, that's the truth. If you're like working a lot, you are traveling a bit. And I think it's so lucky that you have like a solid network of people that you like kind of coordinate with a lot. Do you have any favorite like photographers, directors, or anything like that that you've been able to work with? Because I'm sure when you guys are shooting your group stuff, you have to have, you know, someone.
Yeah, we've tried to bring some photographers along. For me personally, I know my angles, and I feel like nobody else knows my angles like me. So it's just me and a tripod, and I feel like I get the best content when it's like that. And like I've tried the professional photo shoot thing, and I don't know if it's me, if it's them, but I feel like it's a waste of money. And a lot of these dudes are charging thousands of dollars for just a few outfits. And
to put some baby oil on you and do a couple up shots of your butt.
I'm paying you $2K to rub oil on my ass.
Right, I do that for myself, and I get paid to do it. I'm not doing that.
So I don't know. I feel like, it's definitely me. Or, like, me and my friends will take each other's pictures. But most of the time, it's just me and my little clicker.
I love that.
And my front camera.
That's the secret you guys don't know. To a lot of content creators, especially the women, we're using clickers. We're using the clickers.
You can always see it in my hand. I'm trying to hide it, but...
You can't hide it that much. You can't.
It's okay.
I need one where you can, like, blink a little and, like, it'll do it for you. In working, I'm sure you've gotten to meet people from LA, Miami, all over. And you said you live in Arizona.
Yes.
What is your favorite area to be in to shoot?
To shoot?
Yeah. Because you guys travel all around.
Right, yeah, we do. LA is really good because, you know, all the, like, adult film stars are out here. I don't necessarily like being in LA. Miami's cool, but the people aren't as cool.
Yeah.
And the weather's not, my hair doesn't go well with that.
Yep, the humidity.
But I'd probably say out here, the West Coast or just Arizona. There's a lot of people in Arizona.
Yes, Arizona has picked up a lot. I've only been out twice to shoot, but I was actually like overwhelmed by the amount of girls that were like, hey, I'm in Arizona. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm not going to be here long enough to work with everyone. Do you think that it's kind of cool that this wave of content creation taking over as opposed to mainstream porn, how the girls have, you know, the power to do their own content, you make your own rules, you can make your own prices now. Yeah. Do you prefer it that way?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Like, for me, I personally always known that I was, like, gonna get into this. Yeah. Since I was young, that's just, like, what I've known ever since I saw, like, a little porn pop-up ad when I was, like, 9 years old. But, love it. And, you know, in the back of my mind, I always knew that, like, the porn industry was very toxic. Yeah. And, you know, everything you hear is true, it's more. Absolutely true. So I think it's amazing that, like, these women and just everyone, men, women, that we can set our own boundaries, we can work with who we want. You know, we can say no. We're not forced to do anything we want to do. It's just the best case scenario. And
it's all our money. I'm like, and I worked in mainstream porn for a couple of years, and it's not even like comparable. Like
Yeah.
content is so much more fun. You get to be in control of your money.
For
You
sure.
get to control who you work with. On porn sets, you don't really get to pick who you're shooting with.
Nope.
Then if you say no, they probably won't shoot you again. It's not that lit.
Yeah.
What have been like the major reasons that you didn't ever like branch out into porn? Because they do have, you know, like extra work, softcore stuff, or you
Right.
just do photos. Is there a reason you haven't like branched out into mainstream? I mean,
I feel like I haven't really been confident enough with my content itself and just like me and my body. Like, I don't know. I have my certain angles and just like, I like just being in control of what I release out to the world and whatnot. Because when you work for a mainstream company or whatever, you're basically signing away all your rights. Not only about the money, but just like the way you
Long-term.
look and, you know, everything about it.
that's so true.
So, not to say I won't ever do it. I think maybe this year I want to try it.
But I like that you actually like do your due diligence on things, like with your
Yeah.
scene partners, with like
Yeah,
working with porn.
for sure.
I'd imagine you'll like actually look into like what companies like you'd be cool with working with and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
So I
and
think that's
like
very
recommendations from other performers and all that stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very cautious in what I do. I don't want to put myself in an uncomfortable position because I already got anxiety. I don't need more.
Me too, dude. I have so much anxiety. Speaking of anxiety, we're going to get into these fan questions. So, these are from many men on Twitter. They have sent in quite a many. We'll start with the easiest, I feel
Yeah.
like. How do you feel about porn dick versus real dick? And in this case, it's content creator dick versus real
right.
dick, civilian dick, we'll say.
Man.
What's better? True, but like,
In my
truthfully.
humble opinion, I'm sorry, porn dick, these men know what they're doing.
Thank you!
They
Porn
know what
dick.
they're doing.
I need a.
And let me just say, I've never gotten chlamydia from a porn guy.
You want? Here's a fun fucking fact. I've been in multiple agencies, and we always get new girls all the time. 9 times out of 10, what they come in with, because you can't shoot obviously before you test. Everyone's tested. I had 14 days. Whoop. Everyone came in with fucking chlamydia. I'm not kidding. I was like,
dude.
I don't know who you're fucking back home,
Dude.
but stop it.
Don't even get me started.
Like, what is that?
And now, like, it's standard to swab your throat and your anus.
Yeah.
Because it's so prevalent, especially in your throat.
Well, and it's a European strain. It's like something we weren't really faced before. They had to get new
Right.
testing kits. It's a whole thing. And I've seen an uproar in content creators and porn stars alike who are just completely disagreeing with the fact that they have to swab. And I'm like, okay, then don't work, bitch. Don't work. Oh, I already asked you that. I'll let you swallow that first. Is squirt pee?
No. It can be if you want the illusion of squirting, but you can't actually squirt.
Yeah.
But certain guys can make you get there. And you're like, whoa. That was true.
And then you'll pee afterwards, like
Right.
normally.
Right.
That's why we know it's
Like that feeling when you have to pee and you're getting fucked. Just gotta
Let it
ride. Yep.
Let it ride.
Ride with it.
Oh. Do you do anal?
I haven't done anal.
Do you do anal play? Fingers, butt
Yeah,
plugs?
yeah.
What are they called?
No one has
Anal
ever
beads?
entered me, and no person has ever entered me.
Stop, that made me so hot for some reason. Ooh. That's amazing. One, because when you're willing to do that on camera.
Right. It'll be an event.
You're gonna make so much money. And that's a great reason if you do it for your own content and then like one day you get into mainstream porn, if you only do a couple videos for your content, you can still sell your first anal to that
Right.
company for like racks. So
No, I've thought about this.
you're like, she's a thinker. I fucking like Roxanne. Letdowns with oh, no. Fuck the letdowns. Do you fly dick out?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Do you?
No.
Never? Not even once. Not even like a boyfriend.
Oh my God, no.
No? Girl. I'm
Please
upset.
tell me if you ever catch me paying for a man's way to get to me. If you can't even get there,
Right, there's an issue.
what's
There's
gonna
an
happen
issue.
when you
That's
get
fair.
there? No.
Public content. How do you feel about it? Do you shoot it?
I don't shoot public content. I've shot like outdoor content.
That's a good clarification,
you know?
Because public content is banned on actually a lot of sites now because of what happened with Visa and MasterCard. But outdoor content is not banned. And I'm like, I think people, if they would just read that specification, like they'd be fine. But a lot of girls are like, you can't shoot outside. And I'm like, no, you can't.
Yeah, in a private setting.
You just can't shoot in someone's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like in the open. And that's fair. So you do outside content.
Yeah.
We can find that on your page.
Yes, you can.
We're going to be looking. Oh, how has porn changed? Or content creation, but it is making porn smut.
It's porn.
How has it changed your views on sex in your personal life?
That's a really good question. I feel just more open. I feel like I can like, it's not like a dirty little secret anymore.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what
okay,
I mean?
yeah.
Like,
oh, that's a good way to put it.
Like it's not taboo. At this point, it's a part of my life. And if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it.
Do you think that being in that feeling with it, that dictates part of the reason why you choose certain guys? Is it like they're completely okay with it, you know that, like it's locked in? Or is it like, oh, he might be okay with it for now, but we'll see, I like him enough? Do you take
You're
that
talking
risk?
about like in my personal life?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that because I be on some dating apps, I'm not going to lie.
You don't get kicked off? Love it.
Oh no, I'm
still.
banned from Tinder twice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Tinder hates us.
Twice
We
on both
stopped,
my
it's fucked
phones.
up. But did you at least get to hook up with someone before they banned you, or was it like you signed up and they were like, bye?
Yeah. I've had my Tinder days.
Good, love it.
But like, let's say like Hinge nowadays, if they try to come off weird before I'm even like telling them what I do, because I feel like they can get the vibe off my photos and stuff.
Yeah.
I have like 2 PG pictures. Everything else, I feel like they can understand what I'm doing.
Love that, yeah.
But if they come off weird or something, like you're getting cut off. If you don't think it's normal, like that's just my job.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, okay. So in the opposite side, what if they're like, and it might not be weird to you, but what if they're really into like you doing content, almost like you find out later on they might have seen like a lot of your stuff. They could have been buying, you know, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that something that would like ward you off from, you know, having a whatever kind of relationship? It doesn't have to be.
I feel like it wouldn't like turn me off, but it's kind of just like when people do that stuff, it's like they have a vibe like they already know you and they know what you're like. So they kind of have their like pre-assumptions about how you're gonna react to certain things, and it's like, I don't know. If they can treat me like a normal person and like genuinely want to get to know me, but if they're acting like they already know me, I cut it off.
Here's the thing, guys.
You can be a fan, but don't act like a fan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it weird, because at a certain point, it does get weird. Like, if you're on a fan, we keep it at a fan level, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't want them crossing those lines. Don't be weird, guys. Just
Don't be weird.
don't. Oh, we're getting through all of these. They're gonna love this. I never answer any. This is the biggest debate. Since you started in the industry, have you taken on the role of sugar baby or sugar mama?
Maybe sugar mama with some of my civilian friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
for sure.
I actually have never been a sugar baby. But I mean, maybe you can consider all my, you know, all my subscribers, all my sugar daddies. But I try to keep it online, so I don't do anything in person.
All online. Okay, so it's all about building the fantasy with you. I love that. Is there, like, I have a friend who doesn't let her subscribers or fans call her like baby, babe, anything like that. Do you have any stipulations like that for any like fans who might want to chat with you?
You know, I have my boundaries on like what they can say to me where I don't get angry. Just don't do like race play, don't do age play, you know, stuff like that.
Totally.
But for the most part, no, I call them babe, I call them baby, and that's just in my vocabulary now. I call everyone babe.
Right?